Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Talk. Oh my God, guys. How long has it been since we've been here?
Way too long. Way
Wait,
Girl,
too long.
wait too long. Okay. I literally forgot how to do this. Hi, my name is Wellington. I am your host of The Talk, and I'm here with my other co-host. Hi, Kevin.
hey girl, sorry, I have pride voice right now. Pride took me out, so I feel a little under the weather. But bitch, I'm fucking ready to talk shit about Alexis Michelle. So let's go.
Let's get into it, baby.
And of course, the diva herself in the flesh is Edward Entertainment.
How are we, gorgeous? Way too long. I'm ready to get cracking, and I
Mhm.
like the eyebrows, Kev.
Oh my god, thank you. So like the theme of my job today was red, white, and blue. So red, white,
Makes
blue.
sense.
Love, love,
Well, you're
love,
giving me a little
love.
more orange, girl. But
Look how orange you fucking look, bitch. Okay, so let me just adjust the light. Oh, that's even worse. There we go.
Oop.
there you go.
You got her. You got her thinking too deep into
Right?
it.
I'm over here like, oh my gosh, should I just do like
Okay, so we're gonna leave this for all of our listeners. This is the first time that we have been recording since Pride, but we're really not gonna talk about like Pride stuff because next week we're gonna be recording a sister talk episode where we're going to do the Pride, rundown of it all.
and we were run down, girl.
Yeah,
Which we
so
were run
we're gonna
down.
leave all of our Pride things and personal stuff for sister talk. So make sure that you are subscribed so you check out that episode next week when it comes out. So let's just get into some drag race. For our listeners, we didn't recap the last episode of Drag Race, so I'm sorry. We were busy. Pride sneaked up on us, and
It's
we
it.
had to we had to be gay.
That's
However,
what
we're
happened.
here, and now we're gonna be recapping the latest episode of Drag Race. Give me 1 second. If you guys, you know, ever are looking for Drag Race information or want to learn more about the season, I definitely recommend going on RuPaul's Drag Race.fandom.com because they be having everything, girl. Like they have it all. It's like legitimately a Bible.
You're
Have
all
you?
born naked, and the rest is on their Instagram account.
And no, but for real. So yeah, so episode 9 was the Carson Kressley This Is Your Gay Life roast. And I just want to say, like, shout out to Carson.
He really
She's
is that
cute.
girl. I didn't know that was his resume. Um, so shout out to him.
He
He
likes
Yeah,
really
yeah.
is.
voices.
Shout out to Carson. I also want to say very preliminary. Well, let me just keep it for later since we're not there yet. But yeah, shout out to Carson. A little synopsis of this episode: the All Stars heat things up to roast beloved judge Carson Kressley in front of a live audience, including a very extra special surprise guest, Queen and Judge Miss Selva Saj, and comedian Alec Mappa. Coach the Queens. And on the runway, things get frosty. Category is Snow Bunny.
Great
Overall thought,
category.
great category. Overall thoughts of this episode before we get into some looks.
I was already excited for this episode just because this was one of those turning point episodes that the final three could have looked whichever which way.
Hmm.
Being that we're at a point in the competition where they all have, one person wins and the rest are in the bottom.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
how is this gonna turn out?
And also, like, no shade. Like, I really thought that RuPaul was gonna be like, oh, this is just gonna be the top four because this top four is very strong. So like the fact that they're going all the way down to the down, it's like RuPaul's not playing that no
I
more.
kind of love it though. It's like very reminiscent. Like as you will see for like the next episode, bitch, they're not done with challenges yet. So it's good that like old school Drag Race was kind of like season 1 and 2 and 3. We're like, no, we're gonna do the best top two of the season, not top five like fucking season 13 or 14.
Mhm.
Like we want the best of the best. So I kind of like that they're like not giving like no motherfucking passes. There's no fucking get out of jail fucking free queen card. Like they want the best two of the fucking season, and I love it. I feel like it's like I want to see like the fight. I want to see the race of the race, and I love this idea. I love that. I hope they
Getting into
continue
the
this, and we
nitty
don't get a
gritty.
fucking top 14 next season.
No, no, yeah, I agree because I think up into season 14 it started to get redundant. When season 14 they did a top five,
It was
I was
terrible.
like, okay, like we could have did without Bosco. No shade. We could have did
No
without
shade.
Bosco. Like That did
I
not.
disagree with that shit. I think that
Excuse me.
girl,
We could
she,
have dealt with that Bosco because we wasn't gonna have three white queens, so we needed Angeria. So we could have
but I
dealt with
think
that
that Diabetti
Bosco.
had the least amount of wins. I think Bosco had 3 wins, and she was
Yeah, but that was
deserving.
because of
But no
diabetic
shade,
storyline.
Bosco wasn't a winner. Like,
No, girl, no one was touching Lady Camden or Willow Pill, but like I think
right.
they could have cut it off at like Die. Like Die, you went home the first day and came back. Like you can go home again.
That's true. Well, that was season 14. If
You
you
went
And
guys
now we're on
have
season 29 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
right, if you guys want to reminisce on season 14, you can go down to our episodes and go catch those
Yes, you
recaps of
can.
season 14. But yeah, so let's get into these looks. Of course, well, first of all, let's talk about the roast. It was a Carson Kressley roast. Um because Alexis won the last week's maxi challenge. She was able to choose the order of how the girls were going to, perform in the roast. She chose to go first. Do you think that like that was smart of her to like choose herself as first because you're opening the show?
I feel like she's like really like there to play. Like she's gonna be very much like Trinity the Tuck. Like she's there to fucking win and she's there to and like she doesn't care who she lies to, and she has lied a lot. She doesn't care who she's being deceptive to. So I feel like she knows that she has that like background of hosting in New York. So she knows that she could perform well. I just feel like she's very opportunist in terms of way like this is a great opportunity, so she'll take it. So I'm not mad at it. I feel like at the end, like you're playing a game and like take the top spot, the first spot, open the show if you feel like you can open the show. Do I think she
Mhm.
opened it well? That's for later. But I feel like at the end, bitch, cards are in your fucking playing field. Do what you need to do.
Right. What do you think, Edward?
I don't know. I feel like if I was in her position, I would have definitely gone with the closer because I just feel like I have like that
But you have
closer
to be
energy.
really funny for that. Like you actually have to be
Ooh.
funny.
Yeah, but it's also a moment to like fuck up the rest of the girls and make them go first. You know what I mean? Had I feel like in this case, I feel like any of those queens that went first is a tough one.
That's the thing. Like imagine if you're Alexis, right? And you have Jimbo, Jessica, and Candy. If you put them first to try to trip them, they're still going to do good because as
Yeah.
we see, they still did great in whatever position they were in. So yeah, like I feel like
I mean, I think
Alexis
that maybe that was
Loki
her
had
best
to go
bet.
first. Huh?
Yeah. Maybe that was her best bet
Yeah, that
after
wasn't her
all.
best
But
bet.
also, I feel like she almost like decepted her. Is that or deceptive? Deceived herself because like out of that bunch, like you can't deny that like Jimbo's not the funniest. So to put her in a strategic spot to close the fucking show, like girl, like you're putting yourself first, so they're gonna forget about you by the third queen, and then to put Jimbo last, who's probably the most funniest queen who won fucking Snatch Game, like to put her last, I think is a self sabotage in
I
itself.
think that was just Alexis making good TV,
Oh,
you
good
know?
tea, great, but like it didn't
She
And
benefit.
I
has been
also
really
feel
good
like
TV
that was
lately.
and I also feel like that was also like a production thing. You can I'm not allegedly for all of the lawyers listening, but yeah, I do think that was a production thing. Like definitely a producer told her like, let's have actually a good episode. Like we're filming a show at the end of the day. Jimbo needs to go last.
He also changed her
Um
cards. She said on Roscoe's, he said that the way that she was given like so when you have your cards for the roast or any like stand up challenge,
mhm.
the production takes it and then gives it to you in that moment. So she said that her cards were in a specific order, and then when she was going through them, they're all out of order. This is all allegedly. This is all on Naisha Lopez's Drag Race on YouTube. So take that as you will, but
I don't know. I feel like just take it on the chin.
take
It
it as
Well,
sucks
L.
if that was the truth, you know. But I feel like even then her jokes were still whatever order it came in, it didn't have nearly as much laughs as the rest of the cast.
right. No, I agree with you. So, what do you think from a 0 to a 10? How do you think Alexis did in her roast?
It's 7.
I'd agree with a 7.
Like it
Yeah, I
wasn't
think
terrible, but like it wasn't like I wasn't like laughing like Jessica or Jimbo. So and to compare, like the only I
Now
can only compare it
Jessica's
to
a
those
different
two.
conversation.
Oh, that bitch was
yeah.
good.
Yeah, she was really good. Well, yeah, we definitely give Alexis a 7. Well, moving on right into Candy Muse. What do you guys thought about Candy Muse?
I low key thought it was gonna be funnier, but
Agreed.
I feel like
Mhm.
she was in that point in the order where it's kind of like what is it, rock? You're back against a rock on a hard place or whatever the fucking saying is.
Work.
Like She was right after Jessica, who did really good, and then she was right
Mhm.
before Jimbo, who was also really good. So I feel like she
I'm
also
so
had a
sorry I
good.
jumped. I forgot. But anyways, yeah, Candy Muse.
I feel like she had a good like level placement of where she was at
Hmm.
to not be the 7 that Alexis was.
Right.
I
I
think.
think that
Uh,
I think that her uh,
Stop
I think
fighting.
I think that her persona of Candy Muse helped her more than her jokes were funny.
She relied on it too much.
Yeah, I think, but she
I agree.
relied on it because that's the only thing that she could rely on, you know?
Yeah.
So I also think that because RuPaul likes her, and, some girls, even if they're not that funny, RuPaul just likes their mannerisms and the way they talk.
Alyssa Edwards
But
of it
she
all.
handled the crowd when the joke didn't land.
Right.
I think
And
that's what
and
really
she
stood
owned
out.
it. She owned it. And I think that that was a good way to bounce back when you don't when you have a joke that it's really not that funny. You own the fact that it's not that funny, and then you play into that, it not being funny. So yeah, I think that she definitely had, for me, it was a 7.5.
I just
It wasn't
expected more because she did win her roast on her original season. So,
right,
but that's
right.
why like I'm gonna give her a 5, great number, out of 10, just because also like it was kind of funny how she was like not dragging, but like having us focus at like, are we gonna understand Jessica? But like more or less, I was having a little bit like with how she speaks. Um, I don't know. It was just no shade, but like it was funny. Like no one did bad, but like I think she definitely, in my opinion, did the worst out of the group. I feel like
I'm
she
arrogant
did.
to you.
I'm arrogant to you. I just feel like she just, from what I expected more. Like she
I look
won
you
her
agree.
season and she
I look you
lost.
agree. Yeah,
Alright.
honestly.
I
Shade.
don't disagree.
What about you?
Who me?
Yeah.
You arrogant?
I don't disagree. I feel like I expected more, but it also wasn't terrible. I wouldn't give it the 5. I would say like 7.3.
7.3. Okay, so 7.5, 7.3, and 5. Got
Right.
it. Moving
What's the
on
average? Hold on,
to
wait. What is it?
7 point. I gave her a 7.5. You gave her a 7.3, and Kevin gave her a 5.
Plus a 5 divided by
Mm-hmm.
3. It's the average of a 6.6.
Gays doing math only here on the tuck.
Nowhere
Get your
else.
get your morning news and your coffee. So moving on to Jessica Wilde. Oh my god, Jessica Wilde was just so fucking
Through and
hilarious.
through.
Hilarious.
Beginning
Oh
to
my
end.
god. Jessica Wilde. Just Jessica, if you're ever listening to the talk, I hope that you're listening to this episode because baby, I just want to give you your flowers. You were
Mm.
so great. Like seeing you dominate the roast was just, I think, even inspirational for a drag race watcher like me. It was great to see somebody come from the season that she came from, and to have the longevity that she has had in drag. Jessica has not taken a day off from drag. You can tell that she has been working on her drag, in her persona, on everything. Like, it was
In
just
all
amazing.
elements, yeah.
It was just
She's
amazing.
never
It
slowed
surprised me.
down. Like she's never really like had that moment where like drag queens will take a break from things, or like I kind of love what you said about her longevity, because you could also tell in the passion that she has for drag race, like during the season, like she hasn't slowed down. Like any challenge that may be a little bit out of her comfort zone, because again they didn't have a roast on her challenge on her season, so
On
like
her
this is new
season.
to her. This is her first time performing a roast where it's not like Candy's or Alexis's. So like just to see her go gung ho about everything that she does in this season, and I just like how like she just kind of goes for it. Like she doesn't care if it lands or not. She's gonna say it, and I think she showcased that during the improv and during this roast. I thought
Yeah.
like that bitch was fun. I give her honestly a 9. Like that bitch is
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, I give
9.
her a
Definitely,
9.
definitely
I
a
give her a
9. She
9
was
too.
funny as hell. And I think we're sometimes the queens have moments where they don't even realize the skill set they have up until
Mhm.
they're in the
Yep.
challenges. Because I don't think she would have considered herself a comedy queen, but like she easily could hold that title.
No, I think that she can. Right, she doesn't consider herself a comedy queen, but she could easily hold that title because she's actually really funny. And sometimes it's not even the punchline or the. Who did you just wink at?
No, I had like something in my eye. Like
He put poppers in the diffuser again. I'm sorry,
Who's in the?
guys.
Who are you with?
He's with Trade from Pride. He never left from Pride.
Who are you with?
The world may never know. My man, my man, my man.
Oh Lord.
We didn't have a special guest as Trade from Grinder. Welcome in.
It's anonymous.
He's a non. He's a glory hole.
Oh
No
Lord.
face.
This is the tuck, everybody. You record when you record, okay?
Girl.
You get it in when you get it in, girl. So even if you have to
You're
put
lucky I'm not getting
camera,
head on camera, bitch.
right,
Or are
right.
you?
Oh Lord.
You will
No wonder
never
you've been
know. I'm little dizzy eyes. My eyes is all running low.
well, we gave Jessica Wilde a 9. So now moving on to Jimbo, the Canadian Queen.
My
Masterclass.
God, Joan.
Masterclass of a roast. I think that the judges said it best. Coming out as Joan Rivers added another layer of difficulty and a challenge to her performance because now she's also acting and improving like someone else. So
Yeah.
not only does she have to sell that character, she also has to be funny and do
In a
what she's
Jimbo
there
way.
to do, which is roast Carson. So the way that she challenged herself and the way that she delivered, it was impressive. I think that it was a 9.5. The only reason why I don't give it a 10 is because she low-key kind of lost me towards the end because there was one joke that wasn't funny enough and then she ended. So I kind of like feel like it was up, 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 a little down, and then up again. And just because of a little tiff, I give her that 9.5. But again, Jimbo, you ate that up.
Our winner definitely, I feel like you said, I feel like it added an extra layer of difficulty to an already difficult challenge. I mean, there's only like what 4 queens there, so there's really no time for
Mhm.
flub. So this could have really been her tipping point of what can she not do besides lip sync. I generally feel like the whole entire I feel
Like
like the
the fast
entire roast
shade.
was good. I
Ooh.
for a
Ooh.
9.5. I feel like you said at the end, I kind of got like I don't know if I got not a little bored of the shtick of like going as the character, but I feel like it was kind of like okay, I know what's gonna be said
It
next.
could have
It
been
was
like
running
one
dry.
joke short. Like that could have
Yeah,
been one joke short.
I just think that Jimbo is fucking hilarious. Like she
Hmm.
has a presence not only on Drag Race but as a drag queen that I love to see. I feel like you never know what that bitch is gonna walk out and do next. Like I would never have thought that she was gonna do Joan fucking Crawford or Joan Rivers. Oh my god,
River.
Right.
as fucking like as a like it's not even Snatch Game, and she's already doing like a second celebrity impersonation.
A
So I
sec.
I mean, but
Right.
she also already did it on her season. That's why I wasn't like so gagged. Like we know she was
But
good
it's
at
in
it
a
already.
different format, and it's like
and
it's
RuPaul never saw it.
RuPaul never
Fair,
saw it. RuPaul
fair.
never
But
saw it.
I mean, it was funny. No matter the
And
case, it was funny.
but I also think that, to what you say, Kevin, what I really like about Jimbo is that, so no shade. This is truly no shade because I myself kneel to the Queen Jinx Monsoon. However, there is that criticism out there of Jinx that she fits one certain category of drag. And I think that with Jimbo, it's so the clown, but he's also so high fashion
High fashion as
and
fuck.
Agreed.
so good when it comes to looks. Jimbo could consider herself a look queen. Jimbo can consider herself
The comedy
a
queen,
comedy queen.
not
She
a
can
dancing queen.
not a dancer or a lip syncer, but she can act down. She can sing. She can
Come up with a concept.
come up with a concept. She's
She can
creative.
design. She
She
can
can
make a garment.
design. So I
She's
think
well
that,
rounded.
yeah, like what I really like about Jimbo is that she can really go into that clownery stuff, but she can also be high fashion and avant-garde and camp at the
But
same
when she's
time.
high fashion, I also love how it always has that Jimbo flair to it. Like when
Mhm.
she
Yeah,
does a beautiful
somewhere.
garment, of course she has the big Jimbo tits. Like it's like that nod that like she never loses her true self. Like when another queen like that does a normal shtick does something else, it's kind of like all right, like what's your like I look at it like Alexis Michelle. What is her real like on stage like her look? Like she kind of has showcased a lot of different sides to her this season, like glamorous, very like bougie, very like the spooky. Whereas Jimbo always does something different, but you can always look back and be like, oh no, that's a Jimbo look. Like
Mhm.
that's a Jimbo look. So I
Yeah.
I applaud her, the queen of fucking All Stars 8, in my opinion. She's already taken it. Sorry.
For sure.
Yeah, when I
Well,
think of Jimbo's fashion, the first one that came to my mind was the brain look, where she had the hair
Yes,
as
I was
brain.
literally thinking that.
well, talking about fashions, let's get into these looks. First up, we have Jimbo. When she walked out in this garment on the runway, the
Fine.
way that he moved with her body,
Her
she looked
tits.
so good.
Let me zoom in on this
Definitely
The
picture.
10.
This shit look
the
good.
walk was everything.
Ostrich feather for sure.
This
You
looks like
know,
it could have been a final look too. Like this
yeah,
could have been her last look.
this could have been her finale look. This could have been her crowning look. Like for real, like this was high fashion, modern, but also so drag
So drag.
and so Jimbo.
It looks
Who's the
fucking
bitch who won
gorgeous.
Drag Race Canada season
Isis
2?
Couture. I feel like
Isis Couture.
Apparently this was her dress and that she sold it to Jimbo.
and it looks fucking good.
Yeah, and I
And she
mean,
wears it well.
and I also believe that it could have been Isis dress because Isis
Oh,
is
I
the
just
top.
made that up.
You're a fucking bitch. Because it looks like her hair, how they do that sculptural mullet.
I
Bitch.
just like not the talk spreading misinformation.
Like the only one that does that is Willow.
So we can know if they're paying attention. I'm testing the audience.
I'm gonna comment that too. But like, yo, I really heard that she took this from Isis. She stole it in her dressing room.
I can't.
The tuck.
Anyways, wet or
Fucking
regret?
exclusive.
This
It's
is
a
definitely
fucking drown.
It's
yeah.
yeah. It's submersible.
I'm drowning in some pussy at this point for this.
Where
Like,
are you?
ooh. Next up, we have Alexis Michelle. I thought this was so kind. Alexis, this to me, this was a wet down. This is the most high fashion Alexis has ever looked. This is the most elegant Alexis has ever looked. This hair is everything. The pearls were so big, it just created such a statement. I love the way that little round thing fits. I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's a wet, also very Aja coded.
I like the bag. I like the bag. I mean, I look at it like it's a bodysuit with a big floofy opening for her head. I mean, I'm not gonna like regret it, but I mean, it's like a pre-cum.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, girls, wake
It's a
up! Like
mess.
everyone's like, I know
No,
this outfit
bitch,
got you
we
boring.
registering what the fuck you saying.
No, but I just honestly thought that like it was good. So I'm actually saying interesting because the fact that you don't like it is interesting to me.
I like the bag.
Well, moving on to Jessica Wilde.
10,
Jessica
10,
Wilde.
10, 10, 10s.
I thought this was great. I really liked this. It was constructed very well. I will say though, kind of simple.
Yes,
Very.
Kind of simple.
very mini challenge.
And the way could have been bigger. You know, less like I won't be remiss to check some things. It's just a bodysuit. The fur was a little cheap looking to me.
Very North Face.
You know, it could have been a little bit more high fashion. And I just really have a problem with that wig. So I'm not gonna wet Jessica tonight.
No, it's a wet for me. I think she looks gorgeous. I like the hair. The bodysuit is simple. I'm not gonna hold you, but I love the way it goes into the boot, and then she has that big like coat on it. I don't know. I love it. I love the look. It's a concept. It works. It eats.
It's a
10.
regret. It gives me like you
For
live in
what?
Passaic, but now you're going to Great Wolf Lodge, and like you have to throw something together. The wig looks very
Why are you
very
like this?
from this picture. It looks thirsty. Without the jacket, it would be just a bodysuit from Shein.
No shade.
The boots are atrocious. It's a regret for me. Like at this point in the competition, she has shown some amazing looks. I feel like
Mhm.
it's to
In
the
this,
point where
yeah.
like, what bitch do I fucking wear? And I can like, I feel like this is a regret for me. I feel like I saw this, I was like,
I don't think so far to say regret, but
I do.
definitely when you put it down, when you bring it down to where we're at in the competition, then fair. But
Like
it's a good look.
I'll talk even more shit when we get to somebody else. You'll see.
Ooh,
Oh Lord.
go
Oh.
off, girl.
Go,
Production.
go up, girl.
Go
Well,
off.
next up, last but not least, Candy.
This
Candy
was I'm gonna start it
Muse.
off. This was absolutely abysmal. Again, she never does wrong.
Smell that.
Third chin up. I think her face looks fucking amazing. She's gorgeous. This is not all stars materials. This is like a lip sync assassin outfit, but even that, I'm stretching it. To walk out on a runway in UGG boots is atrocious. To walk in
You're
in
stoned.
I don't give a fuck. And to walk in on a 3-piece bra-kini with
Bitch.
just a corset that's not even touching it fully. I saw the construction about it on TikTok. Still was not gagged. It's a
You
bra
don't have
and
a problem
panty.
with Bosco.
It's a bra and panty. I'll say the same shit. It's a bra and panty All Stars 8. Look what Jimbo came in and look at this. You cannot be in that workroom and look around and say, "Oh shit, I'm gonna work on this."
I have to agree for the fact that this is we're going for top 3, and this is what you wear on the runway on the night of a top 4.
It was on a thin bitch. Y'all will be living for this.
I
No,
wouldn't. No.
yo, you are so fake when it comes to Candy, and
The Selena isms in your mind is crazy.
ooh, no, he's just trying to save
That's
space.
a
Like,
new
I get it,
thing. My
that's your
Selena
friend.
isms.
That's your
Candy will
friend.
get you into VIP whether you regret or regret this or not. So relax.
And he don't need Candy to get him into no VIP because he's gonna be someone himself. So at the end of the day, fuck that shit. You say your opinion, and Candy should understand that you host a Drag Race
Listen.
podcast and that nothing is personal. And if Candy doesn't understand that, then she needs to grow up. No shade.
If she tunes in,
It was a
listen,
regret.
It's
This
a
is
fucking
ferocious.
regret. Like again, the third
I
chin
think
up.
we
shit's
have
good.
a mutual agreement. Just
Candy's in the room with you, isn't she?
It's Candy. Candy, is that you? Scream.
nah.
I'm not joking, bitch. Oh, that's Coco.
Y'all are stupid. But no, I would say it was a regret. When after you mentioned Jessica's piece and you bring it up to where we're at in the competition, I could agree with what you guys are saying. Where it's
Like, even look at the lineup.
it's like
If you
just
put
looking
these
at the
outfits-
quality of what Jimbo presented,
Thank you.
it's giving ostrich feather versus chicken feather and Hagugan.
Like Jimbo's in a fucking winner's piece, and Candy is in a fucking like this looks like she made it. Like this is honestly not even like a good look. Even the tights, like they just like it just does not look good. I'm kind of upset because obviously I do love me some Candy. She has the same name as me. Go Kevin. But like again, like the mug is right. She has the best mug on that stage, but she has the worst outfit and the most fucking unproductional, unfucking exciting look I've seen this season. Like this is not exciting to me.
No, it was
It's,
literally
it's
the worst
not
outfit.
giving All Stars
He's
8.
on
It's giving
FaceTime.
It's literally, it's literally the worst outfit of the night. I'm really disappointed. No shade.
No shade.
No shade. I'm really
No
disappointed.
shade, girl.
Okay.
we know if
Hold
we
on,
saw
look.
this in boxers, we'd be like, yes! But guess what? It's at boxers.
How
Right.
how are we gonna be?
If you have a
Shut
mating
up.
call, if that's your mating call.
Ariana, is that you?
Well, that has been all of the looks. The winner of today's Maxi Challenge was, of course, the one and only the Canadian Queen Jimbo. Congratulations to Jimbo. She won a cash prize of $5,000. And the lip sync assassin of the night was not only the Reverend Silky Nutmeg Ganache. I was so happy to see Silky.
I was too until I saw her outfit.
What? I'm
That
sorry.
was-
Silky looked beautiful. That outfit she was wearing was the outfit that girls wear as their promo look. Okay,
That
that
part.
was
Hideous.
Who looked better, her or Candy?
right. He don't. I'm sorry. You're showing your colors.
The lip sync assassin ain't that in the
This
fashion
is why.
category.
This is why Spanky Jackson called you a princess, not a drag queen. Because if you saying that
When I was
Silky-
listening to that on the
I
way
will
to work,
take it and
I
I'll
literally
own it.
pulled over. I was like, now
You
her
what?
coming for my sis.
no, she said you're a princess, girl. Settle down.
And I'm the P.
Take it though. Like I feel like you have to start off as a princess. But
You're
I
Princess
will say,
Diana.
in comparison, Silky looked better, but holding that bitch on her own, that shit was ugly. And I'm
Wow. Absolutely not. Absolutely
It was-
not. I don't subscribe
pull
to
the
that.
picture up.
I don't subscribe to that.
Pull the
Okay,
picture up.
bet. I don't
That
subscribe to
shit looked
that.
a mess.
What?
Purple, orange, brown.
What? You're
Cheetah
lit.
print.
It was wow. Wow.
Y'all
Just
over here
wow.
giving grace where grace don't belong.
I think she looks great. I think that this is the outfit that someone on for a season's promo will wear. Of
What
course,
is it
I
that
think
you
I
always
think
say? Por eso se hizo los colores.
What does that mean?
Por los gustos se hicieron los colores.
Do you like the colors? Is that
No,
what
it's
it means?
basically a saying in Spanish that says like for like
To each
I
their
don't even-
own.
to each their
To
own.
each their own.
Yeah, to each their own.
Now that I'm looking at it, I disagree with you even more, Edward. I think that she looks amazing.
I think that this
Mhm.
shot of it, it's like a little weird with the way she's standing,
But it's meant to
she-
be taken off.
Yeah, it's meant to be
And
taken as
that's
an
when it
emotional.
gets worse.
Is that Violet
Well,
Chachki? Someone's really said that.
Wait,
Okay,
read the handle.
well,
Read the handle. Whoever commented that.
Is that Violet Chachki?
at Lucy Bree 83. At Lucy Bree 83. Is that Violet Shashki? It's- Someone commented, she said Shea Coulee.
Say Kool-Aid.
Okay, anyways.
They're foul for that.
No, they for real, for real. So Jimbo won the challenge, and then Silky was the lip sync assassin, and Jimbo brought out her iconic clown.
The Casper the Ghost look that she did on UK versus the
Baloney.
fucking world, like the
Yeah.
baloney ghost.
She did it on the talent show on UK versus the world.
The baloney ghost, I love it.
And it was, it's such a challenge again to do something that you've done already because the judges have already seen it. And especially she did it in UK versus the world in front of RuPaul and Michelle. So to bring it back for a lip sync, it's like Jimbo's head is literally insane. Like she knows that she's already done something, so she's gonna change the concept on how she introduces it to this new audience on this new show. So I think it's amazing. She did it in a different way, and he's stuck. And she ate her up with that baloney.
I think it was a great way to do it because again, like not for nothing, she can't beat Silky in like a traditional lip sync. So she needed some type of gag that really like sold it. I think the moment that she came out in the outfit, it was like, okay, like she fucking won it. Like
Yeah.
because there's no way like she could have lost in that, and also no way that she could have won doing anything else. Like because you're not going to beat Silky in a regular style lip sync. So I feel like it saved her, and I feel like also like no shade, like were you really gonna lose 4 fucking lip syncs? Like and then also like be crowned the winner? Absolutely not. So I feel like this was kind
I
of
feel
like
like she had the chance of losing, but I feel like when Silky grabbed her, we all know drag is not a contact sport. So I feel like that kind of just decided.
Get her off of me!
We need to give Kevin a sound button of all the throwbacks.
I've been asking for this since day one. We need a soundboard so I can click it and it's just like
No,
all the
I need.
sound bites.
Yeah, we definitely need a soundboard. We
and I
definitely.
need access to it. So I can like do.
Officially.
But oh, you have trade in the room too. Oh Lord,
Wait,
I think I
what
heard a
was that?
gunshot. There's a video of Jan talking on live. I
that's a
don't know if you ever saw it. And there's gunshots and she's like, not this. Production, can you put that clip right during when I say that? Thank you. Note this.
No, don't say that because I'm not going back to edit this and adding that clip. So don't
35, 31.
35,
don't say
31.
production.
Thank
add
you,
anything.
Edward.
Lord fucking Jesus. Okay. Anyways,
You have Needy Bottoms as your co-host, girl. You better get into it.
So Jimbo won. So then Jimbo has the power to pull the lip sync of the queen that she's going to eliminate. And when we see the queens go into the liberation, we see that Jessica Wilde voted for Alexis. Was that shocking?
No.
No.
It's more shocking that Alexis literally plays mind games. She said to Lala, "I'll never send you home since you did this for me." She
And
told
I'll
never
Jessica.
forget.
She told Jessica, "I can't see myself ever sending you home." That
I love
bitch
you.
just has fun with lying, and I
You
kind
know,
of live. I live for it. Like she needs to be on Big
Christine.
Brother. Alexis Michelle on Big Brother.
She needs to be
Absolutely.
on Big Brother.
She'd be
Yes.
messy as hell.
Alexis Michelle is the perfect person for Big Brother. No,
She's
so
deceptive.
We could be on the
so
same season.
Alexis picked Jessica Wilde. So then Candy Muse picked Alexis, which to me was also like Candy's playing the game. And Candy's Candy. You can't expect one thing about Candy is that she's always been a lion ass bitch, so you can't expect her to say the truth.
And we're
You know?
brown penny.
Jimbo picked Alexis as
Penny.
well.
RuPaul
And-
chose Alexis.
RuPaul
So
chose
did
Alexis, Michelle,
Carson,
and Alex Mahapa.
Alex.
pit crew.
Production.
The pit crew picked Alexis. The van outside that transported her,
The driver.
picked Alexis.
game
Serena
girls.
Cha Cha came by with Alexis's thing.
Okay, so yeah, Alexis goes home. I'm honestly, I feel like I was gagged. No, let me just say this: this
sorry.
episode of Drag Race was gagging. Like, I was like, finally, this feels like an all stars crew. Great.
It only
episode.
took into the top 4.
Right. It only took to the top four. Great episode. Alexis goes home. Alexis, I also want to take the time to say the way you came onto All Stars and you reinvented yourself as a queen, the way that you came onto All Stars and you showed us that what we have
Never.
seen. Don't interrupt me while I'm talking. Not when I'm having my big one.
Okay, Natalie, none. Chin check.
Like, if the me. Anyways, like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted while I was legitimately having my speech.
Swing.
Alexis, you did great. Next.
I want to piggyback off what Wellington was trying to say before Kevin really interrupted him. Alexis, the way you came on to All Stars and reinvented yourself and let people know the queen that you are. That it was time for you to go.
Like, who
We'll
else
see
could have
how
went
it
home though?
goes.
Who else could have went home? Be honest. Like, who else? Like, it was her fucking
Kahana.
again.
When they pull Kahana from elimination just to eliminate her one more time.
And have a top 4.
The fact that they saved that bitch 18 times in a week, there was a point where like, no, bitch, like, we need you to go home.
Production.
Rue was in the back helping her pack. He's like,
He's like, no, bitch, someone has to do something. Get her out.
you have an 8 p.m. show in Vegas, bitch. Tickets are sold. Let's go.
I took a shit in Glasgow and it got more press than you.
Kevin's feeling some kind of way today. Who hurt you?
Bitch, I missed the tuck, so I'm ready to go in here, talk shit, interrupt Wellington, and just and do what I do best.
Every
I
time
love
Kevin
Kevin.
interrupts Wellington, we take a hit of poppers.
Well, yeah, that has been the Tina You Decide to Shade. Guys, thank you so much for listening to another episode of The Talk. We are going into top 3 territory, and it seems like the competition is still going. We might make it to a top 2, which is exciting.
Then they bring Kahana back and then eliminate her at top 2.
Fame games. I'm excited for the fame games. I feel like we're finally starting to get some decent looks in those hoes.
Yeah, so
because right now the one that stuck to my mind was not Mrs. Kasha Davis. Who's the other one?
Darian Lake, the other old one.
I ain't
I'm
say it.
sorry. Monica Beverly Sheen Boohoo Man Hills needs to never be on Drag Race again. Because her outfits are getting literally worse.
We're getting canceled. There's a wrap.
no, I'm sorry. Monica
Beverly Sheen Boohoo Toomey AliExpress Hills Davenport Dupree Newark Airport.
Tag her. This is Kevin's collaboration of the week.
And next, guys, we actually have a special guest. We actually do have Monica actually in the studio with me next week.
Monica, talk to us about the first day you did drag.
She's like, it was on the first day of All Stars 8.
It's just all fun shade, everybody. It's just fun shade.
It's a roast, bitch. It's a roast.
It's a roast, bitch. That's
She died.
honestly an episode of The Tuck is a roast. So
Every
if
time.
you don't like roasting, do not hear us. That's a good point. We need
If you
to
can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen.
get out of the fucking kitchen. And it's not like we're cooking anything good to eat. So
And you really
Get
in
out
the
of the-
kitchen.
make sure you guys are listening all the time because we're uploading episodes all the time. Also, if you haven't heard our exclusive interview with Spanky Jackson, the winner of Drag Race Down Under, make sure that you go back and listen to episode 48. Again,
Right now.
exclusive interview with Spanky Jackson, winner of Drag Race Down Under. And amazing because, well, actually, I'm gonna leave that for the next episode. Thank you for joining us.
Tune in.
Ah!
Do the laugh. Mine is so bad.
Girl.
Sean Rivers.
Oh my god, I did forget I did forget something. Michelle
Credit's over.
Visage looked so good in this episode.
She always looks good.
No, but I'm sorry. This week's episode, she looked amazing. That way, oh, everything. Anyways, I wanted to say that before we left. Okay, bye. Love you.